Alright guys, this will be a video on the GSG 1911 in commander size. Pretty sweet gun. As you can see, it has the frame of a 1911 and the upper of what looks like a commander SIG or something. It has a combat rail so you can mount optics and all that stuff. And one of the upgrades I did, this is for my buddy Mario, his friend Adam, is I did complete upgrade of all GI parts. So this has the GI hammer, GI safety, GI trigger, GI grip safety, and GI mainspring housing. So all these are still upgrades over the MIM and polymer parts that GSG has. And one other thing is we also upgraded the grips. So these are aluminum CNC grips, and they look cool, but they also just grip the hand really well. I'm gonna include the wooden grips as well. Some other things. So this is the special edition, which is really difficult to find, especially in California. I've only seen them in Canada, and only a picture of it existing in the commander size. So what's cool is this comes with a slide racker. So you can replace the slide racker in this rear sight, and you can turn it to a race gun, and this is what you mount on it. So I'm going to mount that on it, and you can also tune pistol on your load. So if you're shooting standard velocity, you can use the reduced power recoil spring, and right now it has the high velocity because this thing cycles really well CCI mini mags. So let's do some work on it. Right now we have the optic mount on it, the bridge mount. So the Picatinny rail can be used for various red dots and scopes and lasers and all that kind of stuff. That's really cool. So if you wanted to turn this into a steel plate race gun, pretty much you would just remove that rear side if you wanted to. You can keep it on and put the slide racker on it so you can just speed load it, and that's it, and put your favorite red dot on there. So here's a shot of what's included in the box, the GSG box. We're gonna have the stock grips as well. This is the mount, and behind here you just have your manual and all the cleaning supplies. And let's take it down and see what it looks like. All right, let's do a quick takedown. For those of you that already know how to take down a 1911, you can just fast forward this. So you want to have the hammer back so we can slide nice and easy. And let's just do a little tutorial on slide lock. So when you pull back the slide, there's a little notch right here, and this is the slide stop, and you can push it up into that notch and have it hold the slide back. Okay, then you can check the chamber, make sure it's empty, and it is. Put a snap cap in there if you want, make sure it's aluminum or metal, so you can repeatedly dry fire. You may be tempted to just push down the slide stop and have the slide slingshot forward, but you're going to peen the slide. So what you want to do is pull back on the slide stop will drop on its own, and just let it go. Okay, that's all you got to do. So to take it down, we have to remove the slide stop. Now if you look at this slide, you'll see a big notch and a small indentation. That small indentation notch we have to line up with the slide stop kind of nub right here. Okay, so I'm going to pull it back, and you'll see it line up right there, and it's cleared. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but right there you can see the slide stop lining up. There's a little tiny indent right there. And then what you do is you push back on the other side. There's a little nub of the slide stop sticking out. We're going to push it, pop it out. Now you see the slide stop pop out, and then that's all we need to do. And after that, you just pull out the slide stop. And if you want, because this is a brand new slide stop, just use a little punch, and you can punch it through on the other side. Make sure it's still lined up though. There you go. Now it's out. So the GSG also has an additional pin right there. So if you can see on that side, there's a pin right there. See right there? And we just want to push that through as well. And it just falls out. Then after that, it's pretty much you just push off the slide, and here we got your standard 1911 frame, and this is where we can see all the upgrades that I've done to this, which is basically put all the GI parts in here. You don't ever want to let go of the hammer without the firing pin absorbing it, because you'll just damage your frame. So whenever you pull the trigger on this to let go, just make sure you're holding the hammer back and letting it go nice and easy. You can hold that trigger down and let go of the hammer nice and easy. So yeah, this is how you take it down. And to remove the spring, you just pull back on this guide rod, right? And you can pull out the recoil assembly and clean it and stuff. I'm not going to do all that right now, but I will show the other upgrades. So right here, we removed the firing pin safety to improve the trigger. And to do that, there's a little shim, a Series 70 shim right here that's held in place by both the hammer and the sear pins. So that's pretty cool. And that's it. This is a really cool little 1911, and to put it back, pretty much just pop the slide back on, right? Boom. Pop in the pin, pop in the slide stop. Make sure when you put the slide stop in, you line it up just as you removed it, okay? And that's the difficult part. So you don't really have to take this down all the time. I do want to mention the cool thing about this GSG is because it is a 1911 frame, there's a lot of cool upgrades you can do to it. So one of the upgrades is a lot of builders used to make custom uppers that would go on this frame, and really kind of took this thing to the next level with bullseye shooting and whatnot. So I actually still have one of them. I'll put one on top and show you real quick. All right, so this is a custom upper built by Chet Wessel, and he stopped making these. So this is probably going to be a real collectible someday. But as you can see, there's a lot of sexy upgrades. Adjustable rear sight, fiber optic front sight. There's a compensator. It's a really long barrel, so it's made for accuracy, and it actually increases the velocity of the bullet. And yeah, it's just beautiful rimfire bullseye upper that's made for this GSG frame. And yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to show you. There's a lot of cool things about this GSG that you can upgrade. It's a really beautiful base gun to improve upon, and it already has a number of upgrades. All right, you guys, hope you enjoyed this video.